Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with another Chatty Get Ready With Me or weekly catch-up. As always, I'm gonna jump right in. I'm gonna get you zoomed in here. So as always, I hope you guys have had an amazing week. It's been about the same around here. I think I mentioned last week that I was going to read the Daisy Jones and the Six book because I watched the series and I really loved it. And usually books are just like so much better. So I thought, okay, I've got to read the book. Also, I knew that if I read the book, like, you're just gonna get such a much better feel for all of the characters. You just, I don't know, you just do. So, I went ahead and read the book, and I'm glad I did because it did give me like way more insight into like the characters and what was actually going on, because usually, you know, with series, they just have to leave out a lot. They leave out a ton of detail. I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed the series more than I enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the book, and I'm glad I read the book because the book really dives into, again, the relationships and like the dynamic between people. So I was glad to like have that kind of understanding. And then I've got a ton of like primers here that I got these when I did my Ulta order. I just got like this thing of a bunch of primers. So I've got this DHC Velvet Skin Coat, this Paracone No Makeup Instant Blur Priming Moisturizer. I'm not going to use that because it's a moisturizer and I already have one on. This Arborian, which I adore Arborian. Pink Primer and Care. It's a base and multi-perfector primer plus care. Smooth skin, blurred pores, enhanced radiance. I've got a Clinique one, even better pore defying primer. This NYX, I'm scared this is gonna break me out. This is the Marshmallow Primer. I've heard good things about that. Just the Benefit Professional, which I've tried before, and then this huge Ulta Gel Grip. I'm guessing this is kind of like the the Milk Makeup one or the e.l.f. Grippy Primer. I don't usually need those. I think I'm gonna try this one. This is the DHC Velvet Skin Coat. Anyways, yeah, I enjoyed. Somebody commented on the video, I think last week's video when I talked about it, and she said that the book was very close to the series. I actually found the book to be like very different. Well, I shouldn't say very different. It just, I feel like the book just covered it covered like a bigger span of time. So I think I'm gonna put this all over my forehead because hopefully it'll help fill in some of these tiny fine lines that I have. Wow, it really does like blur fine lines, that's for sure. But anyways, I'm just glad that I read the book because I thought it was really good, but I enjoyed the series more. And I think just because I feel like the actors really made that series. I just think that they were so good. Like Riley Keough is just, I've always enjoyed her movies. Like I remember the first time I ever saw her was in Magic Mike, and I actually went to the movie theater to see Magic Mike with a girlfriend of mine that wanted to see it. Okay, I'm gonna put on my e.l.f. Halo Glow here. So yeah, she wanted to see it, so I was like, oh, what the heck. So we went, and that was the first time that I had seen her act in anything, and I recognized immediately because she looks just like her mom, so I knew that she must be some relation to Lisa Marie Presley. So anyways, and I've just been kind of, I wouldn't say following her because I don't follow any like celebrities, but oh, and then I remember seeing her in Mad Max too, the first remake of Mad Max, which I actually really liked that movie. I haven't seen Furiosa yet, and I've heard really mixed things. about Furiosa, so I don't know if I even want to see it. I don't know. But anyways, I really enjoyed Mad Max. And I really like her because she's one of those actors that, like, there's something kind of unsettling about her. And if you watch her in something like this movie called The Lodge, which I don't think it was a super popular movie. It's like a, I don't know, I guess it would be considered a horror movie. But I'm going to be using my REM Beauty. This is it's just the concealer, the pot concealer, and I've got mine in the shade Light. And I'm just going to pat that on just under my eyes. But anyways, yeah, if you've seen that movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's something really that can be very unsettling about her, which I really actually enjoy because I'm a weirdo. But anyways, I just really enjoy her acting, and I think she really made that series. That and the guy from Hunger Games too. He did an amazing job in that movie too, or in that series too. I just think that they both just did such a good job. It was just such a good series. In fact, I told my mom to watch it, and I hope she does, because it was just really entertaining, you know, just like a really entertaining series. And speaking of, so Charlotte this week, she keeps asking my husband and I, she kept saying, Mom, I want to watch Priscilla. I want to watch Priscilla. Priscilla is a new movie that just came out that is based on Priscilla Presley's book called Elvis and Me, which I read that when I was a teenager. I went through a phase. I went through like an Elvis phase. When I was a teenager, I couldn't really tell you, like, so, I don't know, this primer might be doing something weird. I don't know that this makeup's gonna lay over it very well. But anyways, yeah, I went through an Elvis phase, and I remember they made a made-for-TV series out of her book too. So this story has definitely been, you know, it's been told. So I knew exactly what it was going to be because I read the book, and then I went to look up the rating because I wanted to make sure that it was something that I was comfortable letting her watch, and it was rated like PG-13 for basically drug use because he was such a pill popper. So anyways, I was looking up the ratings because I just wanted to make sure that it was something that you know, she would be allowed to watch. And when I was looking up the ratings, I saw that it was directed by Sofia Coppola, which I had no idea. Well, I love Sofia Coppola movies. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen every single one. I used to be obsessed with the Virgin Suicides. I used to be obsessed, and still am, with with Marie Antoinette. I just think Marie Antoinette is one of the best, like, just one of the coolest historical type movies ever made. She just did such an amazing job with the music in it and just everything. Like, I just love Sofia Coppola movies. So anyways, when I saw that she was the one that directed, I was like, heck yes, I definitely want to watch it. So anyways, we rented it, and it was good, but I even remember when I was a teenager and I was reading the book, I remember thinking, like, this kind of sucks because, you know, we don't really know what happened. We just have to trust that everything that she has written is true, and I do think, you know, that it is true. But there are always two sides to the story, and I really do think it's crappy when one of the parties in a situation is not alive to defend themselves. And that was definitely very apparent. That movie made him as an Elvis, made him look so bad. When I looked up the rating or whatever, I was reading a little bit about it because once I saw that Sofia Coppola is the one that directed it, then I started like reading a little bit about it. And I read that Lisa Marie was actually trying to block the movie even being made because she said it made her dad look like a predator, that it just made him look horrible. And I was thinking, well, I mean, the situation was what it was. He was 24, she was 14 when they met. There's really no way to make that look good. So I thought maybe that's what it was that, you know, she was upset about. She did successfully block them from being able to use any of his music. I'm gonna use my Dallas bronzer again because I'm just feeling this bronzer. I just don't want to use anything else right now. But no, after I watched the movie, I was like, no, she rightfully blocked it, because if it were a movie about my dad and it was that kind of like scathing, I would have done the same thing. They made him look so bad in that movie, and yeah. And I hate that she passed away, Lisa Marie passed away before the movie came out. So, well, no, thankfully she never had to see it because it was really, I don't know, it was just really bad. And I get the feeling that she is basically the only one that has been trying to like protect him and protect his memory. So, and I hate that because, you know, that's her mom, and I'm not totally sure what kind of a relationship she had with her mom, but that has got to be hard when your mom is like on board and is helping make this film that makes him look really, really bad, and your daughter is like and you as the daughter is trying to like protect one parent kind of from the other. Like, that's hard. That's a hard situation. So, yeah, I don't know. It was an okay movie. I don't think it was fantastic. I think it was very one-sided, especially because, you know, at least in the book, Priscilla does admit to some of the things that she did too. And in this movie, not even a little bit. There's like not even, like, there's nothing about, you know, what really ultimately ended their marriage, which was the fact that she was having an affair when she left him, and that she left him to go be with her karate instructor. And that is just completely left out of the movie, which I don't think is fair. Like, I'm not saying that, you know, no judgment, dude. I know that her life with him was not sunshine and roses for sure. And I know that, well, I'm pretty sure that he had lots of affairs on her. So it's not, you know, no judgment for me at all. But let's, you know, be honest. Like, don't make him, and I feel like it was done on purpose just to make him look so bad. But anyways, so then I realized that I never like even found out or knew how Lisa Marie passed away. And I've always wanted her to like write her own book and tell the story of, you know, tell her life story, because I think, I mean, it's super interesting, and you've heard some things from her, but just not a ton. I think I remember, it's been a long time, so I'm not totally sure, that I could be off, but I think I remember that Elvis just absolutely adored her and had her like up on a pedestal, just adored her. And I think I remember that from the book Elvis and Me, but I would just love to, you know. But anyways, so I looked it up to see when Lisa Marie passed away, which was at the beginning of last year, 2023, because I had no idea. I really wanted to, I knew that she had passed away, like, kind of recently, but I wanted to know how she passed away. And I had no idea that it had something to do with, I think she had some kind of, like, stomach surgery, maybe bariatric surgery or something, and it was complications from that is why she passed away. But anyways, when I was reading about that, I had no idea that she had a son. I had no idea that Riley Keough had a brother that took his own life. I had no idea. So, and people say that she just never got over it. That it just absolutely tore her heart out. People talk about what an amazing mother Lisa Marie was, that she was just really like, just absolutely adored her children and was just a really, really good mother, which just broke my heart, because then I, realized that poor Riley, she's lost a brother and now her mother. And she's got two little sisters, but and I don't know about her dad, because I don't remember that pairing of Lisa Marie with her dad. But anyways, all of this to say that I read that Lisa Marie actually wrote a book. And Riley Keough is the one, I believe, that will be publishing it. And it's supposed to come out this October 2024. And I was so excited to see that, because I will be the first one to buy that book. Like, I've always wanted her to write a book. I've always wanted to know what her life, was like, especially when her dad was alive, and just everything. She's just had a super interesting life. And I remember her, at one point she was singing, and she had an absolutely fantastic voice, and which you can see where Riley Keough gets her voice from. I mean, her voice is so stunning. I had no idea until I watched that series just how freaking talented she is. And I was watching some of the like little extra things at the end, and she was saying how she's never sung, like she's never been really musically inclined. She had never really sung before she did that series, and I was like, how? I do get the feeling though, I'm gonna use this blush here. This is from Revolution. This is the Makeup Revolution line that you can find at Walmart, and this is called Baby Tint. I'm scared of this. I don't know if I've ever even used this. I just know I want something really like rosy pink. Anyways, so I think that she has worked really hard. I mean, the impression I get is that she has worked really, really hard to build her career on her own merit. And I think she's worked really, really hard to not be labeled as, Elvis Presley's granddaughter. Like, I feel that's just, I don't know. That's just the impression that I get, is that she's worked really, really hard to build her own career without, without it seeming like she's a Nepo baby, like, she's gotten everything handed to her because of who she is, because of who her grandfather was. That's just the impression I get. If that's true, I don't know, but I just know that she never ever, like, I've never seen her mention anything about him. And just the fact that she said she's not musically inclined, but it's like, dude, look who your grandfather was. Like, it runs in the family. And then I know even her mother was just incredible. Like, she had such a stunning voice. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna use this highlighter. This is a Lottie London and Layla Loves. I love this highlighter. This thing is so beautiful. And I'm gonna use the more pinky shade. But anyways, all that to say that I was really excited to see that there is a Lisa Marie biography coming. And then I just kind of went down the rabbit hole. I wanted to know, was she buried at Graceland, which of course she is. She had her son buried there as well, so I believe she's buried right next to her son. And then I also read where Riley Keough, her husband, is who spoke at her mom's funeral. I'm guessing because it was just too hard for her. I can only imagine it was just because she was so gutted about losing her mom that she couldn't, which, I mean, I can't even imagine. Like, I know we're all gonna have to go through it someday, you know, losing our parents, but it's one of the most awful things in the world to even think about, especially your mom. And the fact that she was so young. But anyways, in the, I don't know, I don't want to say a speech because that sounds weird. You don't give a speech at somebody's funeral, but like, I guess a eulogy is what it would be considered. But I guess when her husband was speaking about her, or like was, you know, speaking for her, she mentioned like what an amazing mother she was, which just broke my heart, because that makes it even worse. It's like one thing if you are estranged or you don't have a great relationship with your mom, or, you know, whatever, but just knowing that she was an amazing mother to her children and that they've lost her is, I mean, it's just absolutely heart-wrenching, and I can't even imagine. But apparently there was some like struggle over the estate over like Graceland, because I'm pretty sure that it all belonged to Lisa Marie. And then when she passed away, I believe that everything passed on to Riley. So, which I think her real name is like not Riley. I think Riley is her middle name and she goes by her middle name, I think. Okay, I'm going to use this palette. This is the Ménage à Moi palette. And I love this. I'm wearing this really pretty dress with like these kind of pink and burgundy flowers on it. Sorry, my cat, he wants me to pull up the blinds. It seems like she is kind of carrying on that protective, you know, trying to be very like protective of Elvis and his memory. I feel like, because I'm pretty sure that there was some struggle, and I think it had something to do with that movie too. Like, I think Riley was also trying to keep, you know, block things, trying to protect his memory. And I think I read that there was some kind of struggle between her. If there's like an Elvis lover watching right now that you have like followed all this and you know all this information, you know, feel free to correct me because I'm not sure. I just briefly read some things. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this pink shade right here. It's just a matte, just like when I was talking about Sharon Tate, which I just briefly heard some things, so I'm definitely not an expert. But apparently there was some, like, they had to go back and forth with lawyers between Priscilla and Riley when Lisa Marie passed away, because the entire estate was left to Riley. I think she's now the owner of Graceland. I have wanted to go to Graceland for so many years at this point. Like, I am dying to get there. I have wanted to go to Graceland since I was a teenager, and I still want to go. And I'm within driving distance now because I'm in South Carolina, so Tennessee is just really one state over. Well, there's a short little hop through North Carolina, but it's very quick to get to Tennessee. Now, I think Memphis is on the other side of Tennessee. I think it's more in western Tennessee, if I remember correctly. I don't actually know. I just know that it's like on the other side. Eastern Tennessee is what's close for us. But either way, it would be a super fun road trip, and we could drive there in a day easily. So one of these days, I just need to make it a priority and go visit. Though I've heard some things about it maybe not being like the safest. I don't know. I could be wrong. But one of these days I'm gonna make it. But anyways, yeah, so that's been the excitement of my week. I read the book. I read Daisy Jones and the Sixth Book, and I watched that movie, which was really, I liked it because you could tell it was a Sofia Coppola movie for sure. But I understand why they didn't allow any of his music in it, why, you know, I'm pretty sure Lisa Marie didn't even want it to be made. I understand why, because it made him look absolutely horrible, like horrific. I don't know. I just think it's pretty rotten when somebody, you know, and Priscilla has been profiting off of her story basically her entire life. I think that book Elvis and Me came out back in the 80s maybe, because by the time I read it when I was a teenager, like it had been out for quite a long time. So I just feel like she's been profiting off of her story for a long time, and it's her story to tell. So I'm not saying that she shouldn't be, but you know, this whole time, like Elvis has never been here to defend himself, and something about that just rubs me the wrong way, especially when they had a daughter who really had feelings about it. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this pink shade right here. I will say the way that Sofia Coppola, the way that she handled the music situation was really good. Like, you really didn't even notice that none of his music was in it. It was kind of like Marie Antoinette, where how she used like modern music in Marie Antoinette. It was kind of the same situation, and I really liked it. I really enjoyed the music, and just, you know, it was a Sofia Coppola movie, and if you are like me and you're a fan, I think you would really like it. I hated how it ended though, because it just, like I said, I just think it was really crappy the way, I don't know. I'm with Lisa Marie with knowing and feeling like it made him look terrible, and it did make him look like a complete predator. And what I do remember from the book, and you know, yeah, from her own book, like their story, he absolutely adored her, and after she left him, he was never the same. Like, he never recovered from her leaving him. Like, I really truly believe that she was the love of his life, and the movie did not depict that at all. It really didn't. And I was gonna say, like, I'm really excited to see what else Riley Keough does, because I really enjoy her movies, but I don't know, it's not looking good for Hollywood. I don't know that they're gonna be doing, that much is gonna be going on. I think I'm gonna actually go in with this shade. This is one of those like mattes with a ton of glitter in it. I'm gonna put that all over my lid, and then I'm gonna use an actual one of the glitters on top of it, because I'm just feeling like, I'm always feeling glitter. Holy cow, speaking of glitter, have you guys seen that people are finding Stila at the dollar store at Dollar Tree? I just found another Dollar Tree that's close to where I live, and it is a freaking amazing Dollar Tree. So I need to get up there. I just went this past weekend. Oh my gosh, I was like overwhelmed, because it's like one of those stores that's just so big. I was like, oh gosh, I was just super overwhelmed, but I need to go in to see if they've got any of the Stila. They've got eyeshadows and lip products. I could not believe it. I was like, holy cow. That's a freaking score for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. All right, now let's go in with the glitter. I've got a little silicone glitter applicator. Is that what it's called? A glitter applicator, and I'm gonna go in with the pink glitter in here. Are any of you like feeling really weird. Like, that's such a random thing for me to say, but just in the last couple days, something feels really, really off, and I can't like put my finger on what it is, but something feels really off. Like, I don't know, I've got like I don't want to say anxiety, because I always have anxiety. I'm just like a high-strung person, but I've just got, I don't know, like I don't know, kind of just like a bad feeling, like something bad is gonna happen, or I don't know. I just have like a really weird feeling, and I would love to know if any of you guys do too, because okay, so back to the books. I'm reading now, after I finished Daisy Jones and the Six, I'm reading a book by Marie Kubica. I think that's how you say her name. Marie Kubica. I've read a few of her books. I read I think it's called The Good Girl. I read that years ago, like when it first came out. And then of course I've read Local Woman Missing, because it's a super hyped up book. I thought it was fine. I didn't think Local Woman Missing was worth all the hype it got. Like, I feel like last year it just got a ton of hype, and it was good, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think it was like that good. But I'm trying to decide if I should do something on my lower lash line or if I should just leave it clean. I think I'm just gonna leave it clean, since I've got a lot going on my eyelid. But anyways, I'm reading a Marie Kubica book called She's Not Sorry, which also is getting really, really hyped up. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am having the hardest time. Like, it's just interesting enough to keep me reading it. If it had like, I don't know. It's one of those books that if it had been even slightly less like interesting, I would have DNF'd it, because I don't know. It's just like there is stuff happening, but there's almost nothing happening. I'm like 100 pages in, and I feel like it's just, I don't know, like it's just not very good. I'm gonna stick with it because I've heard that the twist and the ending of that book is just incredible. So I'm gonna stick with it, but it's literally taking me forever to read it. I'm gonna go in with this shade in my inner corner. It's taking me forever to read it. Like, I'm on, I think, day 3, and I'm only just over 100 pages in, because it's just, oh gosh, it's just hard. It's like hard for me to keep with it, because there's really nothing happening in the book. I'm like, I want to stick with it because I've heard it's so good. I've heard the ending is so good, but man, I'm struggling because I'm the type of person that I usually finish a book every day or two. Like, I just read really fast. I don't even have that much time to read, but when I do read, I just can read, I don't know, if it's something that I'm really loving, I can just like fly through books. I've just always been like that. And this one, that's the thing. That's usually, if I'm in a DNF something, it's because it's just taking me too long to read, because it's not grabbing me enough. So I don't know. But anyways, yeah, something has been really bothering me. I think it could have to do with the fires in Canada. There's something about that really like upset me. So I don't know, but I don't think that that's it. I think that has to do with it, but I don't think that that's fully it. And I think I'm gonna take this shade all the way across my bottom lash line just to like brighten it up really, like a lot. Yeah, I think it has something to do with the fires in Canada that has really hurt me, like hurt my soul. But that's still not completely it. Like, there's something that's really bothering me that I can't put my finger on. I don't know. And it's like, sometimes I can tell the difference if it's like got something to do with my family, or, with one of my loved ones. I can feel like, okay, I feel like something is wrong. But that's not it either. This is more something like, I feel like it's something on a really big scale, like something, I don't know. Something is just giving me a ton of anxiety and I can't quite put my finger on it. Okay, I think I'm gonna tight line with this really dark, actually, I'm gonna go in with my eyeliner, which I'm gonna tight line with. And then I'm gonna go over, whoa, sweetheart, oh my goodness, my cat. He just jumped from the windowsill onto the desk, which was really far. Yeah, I'm gonna stick the eyeshadow to the eyeliner, which I think will make it last longer. One last thing about Daisy Jones and the Six, I love how the relationship between Billy and Daisy was handled. And I love that well, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but I just love how it ended up. I just thought it was so like good, the way that it ended up. And I think that I liked the series better because I feel like how his wife was in the series is way more realistic than how she was in the book. It just wasn't super realistic in the book. Most women would not act like that. Now, some may, you know, it's not impossible, but I just feel like, you know, most would not. Oh, that is so pretty. Yeah, I love tight lining with just like a really dark eyeshadow. I just think I don't know, just looks so pretty. I've never ever followed Ballerina Farm, or Ballerina Farm. Yeah, I think it's called Ballerina Farm. Like, I haven't followed her at all, but all of a sudden, because of that Times article that came out, and it's just been like filling my TikTok feed. And because of that, I guess her Ballerina Farm has been filling my TikTok feed, which is weird because it's never come up on my feed before. But now that it has, I'm like, oh, this is super interesting. Like, just watching this woman cook and take care of her kids and stuff, and like their beautiful home and life. But there's like just so much controversy over the article and how they're like portraying her husband. And yeah, I don't know why they would trust the media to come into their very traditional lifestyle and like think that they were gonna write a fair article. I'm not sure why they did that, but I guess if you're smart, all publicity is good publicity. So maybe they just didn't really care that they were gonna make him look bad, especially her husband. But I feel bad for them right now because it's like people are saying some really ugly things. And like that writer definitely had an agenda when they went there to make it out like, and I'm not, I'm not saying that nothing in the article is true. I think that from that writer's perspective, everything that they said is true because because of how that person like perceives the world and whatever. I definitely think that that's how they perceived the situation, but I don't think that that's necessarily reality. And her husband does his own little videos too on her channel, or like on her page, and the videos that he doesn't seem like freaking, a demon the way that they tried to make him out to be. I don't know, maybe I don't know enough about it because I haven't been following them at all, but I just know there's a ton of controversy. But they're probably, they're probably taking it all the way to the bank. So, because like I said, any publicity is good publicity, whether it's bad or good. And actually, bad publicity is almost better because that's what really makes people curious, is the negativity. They love to feed on negativity. So they're gonna like intentionally track it down and go to go on her page and like look at everything, and I don't know. It's just such a kind of gross situation, but I guess that's what happens when you put your life out there. And, you know, once you're online, I mean, it is what it is. If you put your home and your family and your children online, like, you're opening everything and everybody up to scrutiny, to the public's scrutiny, and how they perceive things through their lens of life, you know? And especially opening your home up to a freaking journalist. Like, I got my Dua order, so I think I got 7 perfumes. I am obsessed with every single one of them. They're all so good. I love them. I also got these like little mascara primers. I'm going to use this MAC one. This is MAC Stack. So I typically don't love MAC. I typically don't love MAC mascaras, but holy cow, this is crazy. Oh gosh, I just saw this girl that I watch on TikTok sometimes. One of her videos came up on my feed this morning, and she was talking about how her under eyes are red. She was doing like a get ready with me, and she was talking about how her under eyes are really red from her Grande Lash serum. And I'm like, dude, oh my gosh, everybody needs to start screaming it from the rooftops. Stop using those eyelash serums, dude. They are going to ruin your under eyes. Like, they're so hard on your under eyes, like super detrimental, like so bad. I'm trying to decide if I want to do brown or black mascara. I always like black mascara with like a pink or purple eyeshadow look. I just think that black looks so good. But yeah, if any of you out there are using an eyelash serum like Grande Lash, which I think is the one she was using, any of those, they literally will ruin your under eyes. They thin the skin out on your under eyes, which will age you badly. The girl that I do her face massage routine, she has a bunch of videos on her page about how those eyelash serums like completely ruined her under eyes. She's got so much fat loss in her under eyes, and she is super young. This girl's like in her mid-20s, I think, and she's like trying desperately but there's like no repairing it, because you can't bring the fat back, you know, under your eyes. And under eye filler is not it, dude. Like, under eye filler is so bad. They've found how filler migrates in your face, and it doesn't really dissolve like the way that they tell you that it does. Like, a lot of the time they'll tell people that, oh yeah, this is only going to last a few months, but it lasts way longer than a few months, and then people go in and continue to have filler done because they're being told that the results only last, you know, a couple of months or whatever, and that's just not the case. It's like not dissolving, it's not going anywhere, it's like migrating and clumping up in their face, and oh, it's just so bad. I mean, then you end up looking like Kylie Jenner, which is like wearing a mask everywhere now because of all the, you know, because so many people online are talking about how old she looks now and how weird her face looks. She's got pillow face because of how much filler she's had injected into her face, which is so sad. She is so young. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not against filler. In fact, I want to have a little bit of filler put into my lips. Will I ever do it? Probably not. Probably not, because I don't know. It's just not a priority for me financially to have filler done. But, you know, and I feel like if you're aging and you need a little bit of help, by all means, get some filler. Like, I'm not against it, but dude, people need to be able to make an informed decision about things by being told the truth about how long the filler is gonna last. Like, you know, being told that it's possible that it could migrate. Like, people need to know the truth. Okay, I've got 2 different lip glosses. I've got this one and I've got this one. And I'm thinking this one. Yeah, definitely this one. Anyways, boy, I bet you didn't know you were gonna get your ears shotted off in this one today. I didn't even realize I had so much to say today. One of these days I'm gonna give you guys a studio tour. Gosh, I love these NYX Butter Glosses. They're so nice. And that's a perfect color to go with this eye look. Okay, so that is makeup done. I love how the eyes turned out. I love a good mauvey pinky eye look. I think it looks so pretty with black mascara because it just really makes the eyes pop. And a NYX Butter Gloss is so good. You can see I've got 2 little, my skin is still a little bit red because when I do my facial massage, I massage that area right there because that's like, this muscle here will like pull the corners of your mouth down. So, and if you guys look, you can see my mouth kind of goes down right there, and that's from this muscle. But yeah, where I did facial massage, you can see 2 little dots. Anyways, I am rambling. So anyways, you guys, I hope you've had an amazing week, and I hope you have an amazing start to next week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.